Hello my friends and welcome to the Blue Studio Mic podcast. This is the episode 2 of the season 2025 and I have a new microphone. Tell me if you like the sound or not, because this mic is damn good. I especially bought it for our conversations on podcasts, but also for the videos. I think that sound is really important. But today we're gonna speak not about technical stuff, we're gonna speak about human physics and my own experience of how to be fit or how to be fat, it's better to say. As humans we have consciousness, but in a way we are trapped in our bodies, which are kind of fragile. They're not forever out there. And yes, of course we should take care about the ship which takes our cells throughout the life. And yes, there is the period very close to the end of the life that our bodies are kind of weak. But bodies could be weak during the trip itself. For example, if you have some of the disease in a young age, or you obtain some of the trauma which in a way restricts your activity. Activity for us is a very crucial thing. And based on my experience, I want to tell you how I personally care about my body. Well, it's like the wave experience. Mainly, I don't really care about it. Now I'm at the stage that I'm on a diet. I start again to go to the gym, but it happened many of the times in my life and I cannot be consistent in that. And why? I still don't understand. Maybe I don't have that will to constantly go to the gym and constantly at least hike or follow a specific diet. I started to go to the gym when I was 12 freaking years old. Yes, it happened in the school. I gained some of the muscles then I was 14, 15 years old, but I would say that since that time my physiques didn't change if we speak about the weight that I can push, squat and so on. After 15 years old I gave up gym because I was so concentrated on studying. Yes, I wanted to apply to university and yes, I have a master's degree after all, but yeah, I spent years digging down into the books. Back then it was hard for me because the material for you to study was mainly in books, the internet was poor, there was not enough information, no ChatGPT and so on. Now it's actually very easy to access any sort of the information you want. That's why the preparation took me lots of the time compared to what we have right now, the capabilities, tools. Well guys, now we live in a really awesome environment. If you want to get new knowledges about any sort of the topic, you can get it very fast. And after I went to the National Aviation University of Kyiv, I started to go to the gym once again. I went there for, I guess, 9 months or something. I didn't gain lots of the weight, muscle weight, but you know, it was a good time for me to spend. Well, at least I wasn't fat by the time. I kept my weight by around 75-80 kgs. 80 during the winter time and 75 during the summer time. My height is 1 meter and 88 centimeters, so more or less it is okay weight for that height. Sorry for my American audience, I don't know how to convert that into pounds right now during this podcast, but I would say that that weight was absolutely perfect for me, especially choosing the clothes, you know, pants, trousers, shirts, they all fit very well compared to what I have right now, like XXL shirt. It's really huge somewhere, but I cannot wear the L size which I did in university. No, it's not possible. And you know, after several months going to the gym, I had to give up it again because I was too much concentrated on studying. I had to pass my exams and then I had the time later on. I didn't go to the gym. I don't know why, but yeah. It was not even expensive even, like in Ukraine the gyms are very cheap compared to the United States. You don't need to sign any sort of the contracts, you just pay like very low amount and you go there and you push and you squat and you do all of the stuff, you pump yourself. Someone is doing something. I guess someone cuts the ground so the sound could be a little distorted. Yeah, it's the daytime. I don't like actually to record those videos and podcasts during the daytime because, you know, there are some of the neighbors, there are some of the workers, cars near the house. So usually I do it during the night time. Yes, it's bad for my schedule and for the house actually, but during the nighttime no one disturbs me. So sorry if you heard a little sound in the background, it's my neighbor cutting his grass. Alright, let's continue. Now, I do not drink alcohol. The last time I did it was during the New Year. It was the stream on one of my channels. I drank some beer. But in general, I don't do it. I just don't like the taste of alcohol. And I would say that I have some of the allergy on alcohol, because if I drink something like beer, vodka, or whiskey, my nose becomes clogged. I cannot breathe normally, so I start to breathe with my mouth. It could be annoying, especially during the sleep. Then you cannot sleep very well if your nose is clogged. And it only happens if I drink alcohol, like any type of it. And also sometimes I had like red plums on my chest, on my back, on my neck if I really drank a lot. And then I studied in university, as many of my friends. We drank lots of the beer, sometimes vodka, whiskey, and so on. Back then I was obviously more healthy than I am right now, so for body it was more or less okay to handle that alcohol. But apparently my allergy became worse and worse, so I gave up alcohol almost completely. And I cannot even imagine what could happen to me if I drank. Because now I'm obese, my weight is 107 kilograms, so compared to 75, 80 kilograms, which I weighted when I was much younger in university. Now I'm obese, really, and I cannot fly even glider now, because the maximum load for glider in the cockpit is 105 for a person, and I weigh 107, plus you wear parachute, so in the coming months I have to lose many of the kilograms if I really want to start this flying season. So I'm facing a real problem now for my aviation activity, and it all connected to the weight which I gained during all of those years. And you know guys, as far as I remember, I always went to the gym for some specific period of time. I was never consistent in that, and I cannot explain really why. If you really want to take care about your body, I think you might find some of the time, as I'm finding the time right now, to go to the gym once in 2 days. So it really helps actually even to feel better. So I feel now much better compared to what it was a couple of months ago. Even I had, I think, some of the depression, which was partially fixed with the help of the gym. I do not work with some coach there, no, I just do my usual exercise, full body mostly. I just split it for a couple of days. One day for arms, chest and back, the other one is for the legs. Because doing full body per day, it's quite a lot. You'll spend 2 hours in the gym and you'll be exhausted after all if you do everything accordingly. But after all, gym doesn't really that matter compared to the diet, and my diet is really bad. Well, there was the period of time that I was on the diet. It was connected to my pancreatitis, so doctor told me not to eat that and this, and I lost the weight. I think I lost 7 of the kilograms for a couple of months. But after everything normalized, I started to eat again and again, and now I actually gained more of the weight. And I have never been so heavy as I am right now, and I feel that I'm uncomfortable with this weight. I cannot do lots of the things. I cannot even bend properly. My belly is the huge obstacle, and I feel this weight and I try to solve it fast, but I understand that I cannot do it fast, and it is quite frustrating. It also puts me down. I'm not now in depression because of my weight, because of my body, but I understand that it is far to be perfect. It's not perfect at all. Also, the job that I do here, sitting in front of the personal computer, getting some of the information about the war in Ukraine, about other stuff. Well, I'm just less active compared to my previous job than I was the airline pilot. Yes, I also sat in a cockpit for a very long time, but I was way more active than I'm now. And also then I studied in university. I was way more active. Then I went to the air club to fly gliders. I barely eat something there. But now we have so many of those sweets and very fast calories for sale elsewhere. Then you go to the shop, you see wow, so many fancy chocolates, so many candies which I might taste. And the devil behind me, he tells me, okay, buy it, you like it, taste it, it is good. And then I buy, for example, Haribo bears or something, I like those a lot, then I eat those, then I eat all of the freaking package, I understand how miserable I am. I really am. And that is better to return back, because after all, the quick dopamine, it doesn't help. I think that the main problem that we as humans, we haven't evolved that fast compared to the technology progress of our society. You see, for thousands of years the food was not that accessible as it is right now. And we were forced to hunt, we were forced to walk many of the kilometers, miles to find the proper food, or work really hard and wait for a long time, for months, to harvest something. But now you can just go to the shop and buy what you want and eat how many calories you want. So our brain, it doesn't recognize that we don't really need that amount of calories. It sends the signal, come on, buy this candy. Come on, this cake looks so nice. Because for the brain, okay, we found the food. We don't know when we'll find the food once again. The brain is driven by the freaking animal instincts, and it acts on our consciousness also. So you really need to have this willpower to say to your brain, no. And I struggle with that. I cannot say no in some of the cases. I sometimes even especially go to the certain place, like for example KFC, because I think about this tasty chicken out there, spicy wings, they're awesome, they're fantastic, they're fried, they're freaking unhealthy. But there was the time that I especially went to the place on a car, which is roughly half an hour away from me, just to taste those freaking wings. But then I ate those, I felt like absolutely miserable once again. The feeling compared to those sweets or something. And then I tell myself after I finish with a meal, okay, I'll never go there once again. Why did I do it? Why did I take my car to go for KFC? But after some time I still go there, and it's kind of terrible, guys. And I don't know how to really control this willpower, because for our brain, you know, everything sweet, fluffy, fried, it looks absolutely fantastic, because you may get calories really fast. And everything healthy, it's not that tasty at all. So keeping the proper diet really requires tremendous efforts, for example, for me. I understand that for some people it's easy, but yeah, for some like me, no, not at all. And I still don't understand those people who eat everything and they're still skinny and thin. I don't know how their bodies work. Well, probably it was for me when I was young, but not any longer. If I eat more, everything goes to fat once again. And I just start to hate myself for that, you know, that I cannot even handle my body. So what to say about the other things? And I understand that if I continue to eat sweets and McDonald's, KFC, there will be some of the health problems for me in the coming years, and they might arrive very fast actually. Then I had my appendix surgery, it was in 2017. Doctor said, okay, your liver is fat, just stay on a diet for some time. And yes, after surgery I stayed on the diet, but not for a long time. Again, I started to eat more sweets and more tasty stuff. Yeah, sometimes reading motivational books or watching motivational videos might help me, but also the effect is the short term, like for several days maximum. And then you forget about it and your beast again pushes you to eat more of the sweets. Well, my new strategy is actually to eat at least part of the sweets, because I cannot cancel those completely. It's my addiction, so I start to buy those kind of the Madagascar chocolates. They are more or less natural, 76% of cacao. This chocolate is not that expensive, so I eat tiny little part of it after each meal, just to make sure that I eat some of the sweets, and potentially I can calm subconsciousness with that. Well, we'll see if this strategy really works. I also saw the video of Mr. Beast. He was fatty before, but now he's going to the gym and he walks a lot. So I also walk a lot nowadays, like at least 4 kilometers per day, walking really fast. But again, I need time to lose the weight. It takes lots of the time. I can gain the weight really fast, but losing it, oh my god, it requires lots and lots of the efforts. And because I ate some of the sweets, I had the irritation, and I still have it on my face, on my arms. It is crazy. Like, it is not healthy at all, but something behind, the devil behind, still pushing me to taste sweets again and again. Buy that cake, buy that donut, ice cream. It is so tasty. And the problem here that there is no such a restriction for those kind of the products compared to the other ones. Like, we have some of the light restrictions to alcohol, but we don't have those restrictions for sweet drinks. Yeah, some of the countries actually want to implement those or already partially implemented, but in general you are the only person responsible for your health if we speak about sweets and diet. And luckily, at least now in the schools, they say to children how to eat healthy. Then I studied in a school. No one told me how to eat properly, actually, so I ate lots and lots of the sweets. Especially when my mother was a flight attendant, she flies somewhere and she brought some of the sweets to kid, to me, sweets which were not available in the country, so something unique. And then I went to the school and I brought those sweets. Other children were surprised. Wow, you have so nice sweets. And in a way, they encouraged me to eat more and more. So I was at a very bad diet, I would say, from the very childhood. The food behavior was terrible for me, even though my parents cooked quite well. But I was addicted to the sweets, and I'm addicted still. So I'm still looking for the variant of how to cope with my issue, how to lose the weight, and I need to do it really fast if I don't want to miss the season. And in the long term also, if I do not solve the problem with the diet, there could be some of the issues with the health in the coming years, and I don't want to have those issues. I want to stay healthy, but I understand that with the current lifestyle it's not possible. So hopefully now that I start to go to the gym once again and I start to follow diet, I will not quit it, because I need it a lot. And actually the purpose of this podcast video is to explain to you my problem, to share it, and if I share it, I think I'll be in a way obligated to do the task which I mentioned. Because if I tell the obligation just for myself, the devil behind may force me to act differently. But now I have this obligation shared elsewhere. And yes, it could be the option. I spoke with my friend who quit smoking, and he told me, like, I told everyone, like all of my relatives, to all of my friends, that I'm quitting. I'm quitting from tomorrow. I'm quitting from tomorrow. So he was obligated to everyone to quit smoking, not just to himself, because people would ask him, okay, you said you quit smoking, but you continue to smoke. What's your problem? Are you so miserable? So that feeling actually forces you to do what you mentioned. So I'm telling here that I'll lose some weight. I'll do it. Yeah, hopefully. Because as I've told you, I cannot even fly. And flying, like, it's like an air for me. And I cannot do it because I overweight. Oh my god, so miserable. Well guys, tell me in the comments if you have those similar issues and if it really bothers you, if it influences your life. Because you know, there are happy fat guys, they're quite okay with their weight, but for me, no, I gained quite a lot of weight and I'm absolutely not happy about it. I cannot feel comfortable at all. I wake up, I look at myself, and it is crazy. I would say that it's quite close to depression. It's not yet a depression. I'm still kind of positive in general. But you know, I can cancel meeting with some of the friends because I'm quite uncomfortable with body I have. Yes, I'm 8 years old and I have those complexes about the body which I had before, but not as severe as I have right now. Actually, it is forcing for more action to go to the gym, to go on a diet. I just hope that everything works this time and I will not quit that and start to eat all of the shit once again. So guys, it was the episode 2 of our podcast, and next time I'm not gonna speak about myself personally. No, it's enough, I guess, at least for now. I think we're gonna speak about the problems of our modern society and how difficult it is to earn money nowadays. Right guys, I wish you all a peaceful sky wherever you are. Ciao.